Good afternoon, and welcome to a special edition of Rockerbox TV. My name is Josh Cunningham. I'm the founder and CEO here at Rockerbox. I'm joined by one of our really good friends, partners, and seventh cousin, Mr. Jeff Cohn. How's it going, Jeff?
Dude, super jacked to be here. I'm also repping the Elite Real Estate Systems logo. Looking forward to chatting with you a little bit today. We've got some exciting news.
Yes, like I said, special edition of Rockerbox TV. We're coming at you beginning of December. We've got a very exciting special event in January that we wanted to let you know about. And but before I get ahead of myself here, why don't I just take a minute here to kind of reintroduce you to our crowd, Jeff? Jeff, why don't you give our audience here a little background info on who you are and just a little bit about your success, and then explain a little bit more about ERS, the Elite
Sure.
Real Estate.
Yeah, so I'm the CEO and founder of Elite Real Estate Systems, but my flagship real estate team that is really our sandbox to get us to where we are today went from 70 to over 700 transactions in the last 6 years. And we focused on culture, lead gen, lead conversion, accountability systems, and strategies to get us here. Elite Real Estate Systems was born because we started doing expansion teams back in 2016 and had teams in San Diego, Salt Lake, Boston, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Omaha. And we found that to have the greatest impact on the most amount of people, we wanted to offer modern coaching to the modern agent through group coaching sessions. So now every week we offer 3 hours of content or 12 total hours of content a month for all of our coaching clients. And then we host workshops in Omaha and all across the country for aspiring team leaders, and broker owners.
Yep. And, just recently, we've done many events in the past, but just recently, Jeff and I were having a nice phone conversation, actually leading up to my wedding just last month out in beautiful, sunny Southern California. But Jeff was letting me know that ERS is doing a summit, or I'm sorry, what is it, a workshop?
Yeah, it's our first ever regional workshop in January in Miami, Florida.
In Miami, Florida. So yeah, East Coast workshop. We were talking about it, and I said, "Man, January in Miami." I'm trying to think about what other things I might have to do other than be in sunny Southern Florida in
Right.
Miami. So you actually reached out and asked me to come share a culture talk
Yep.
at your workshop. And so why don't you kind of give the audience a little bit of feedback on what we're going to be talking about besides
Sure.
just my culture talk?
Yeah, first I'll speak to Josh's culture talk. I've gotten to witness a portion of it at the team building summit just this last summer here in Omaha, Nebraska, which we're hosting again next summer in June in conjunction with the College World Series, which is another event would love to invite people to. But Josh's focus is going to be talking about how to engage with millennials. And he does a fantastic job speaking to this in that he has a huge organization, obviously, within Rockerbox and College Station that is compiled of a majority of millennials. And there's a different way to talk to millennials. There's a different way to engage with them. And so we found like that would be a really unique aspect of the workshop that we have created. And we think that it's going to be great to have you come out as a VIP speaker to speak on that topic, which is something we don't usually focus in on. So Josh, what else have I left out that you will find valuable for your audience?
Yeah, no, I mean, we always love to share here at Rockerbox. We've obviously been in the business for about just over 5 years now, working internet leads through multiple CRMs. We estimate that we've worked over 1 million leads now, and we've trained and hired over 250 ISAs that are either retained with the company or they've moved on to receive multiple job offers after they graduated from Texas A&M, which is where we're located right across the street here. But essentially, what I sought out to do several years ago was to help create a solution in the real estate space for getting that first, instant response, that speed to lead, and that long-term follow-up. And the way that I sought to solve it was here in a college town. And here we are waking up, several years later after having hired and trained so many young professionals. We really built an amazing culture, a productive culture around them that a lot of people are starting to model and sort of
Mm-hmm.
starting to ask us for some insights on. And when I really started to stop and reflect on it last year before the team building summit, after doing a little bit of research on my behalf, we're only a few years away from 2025, and it's projected that about 75% of the workforce is going to be made up of millennials in just a handful of years. So starting to learn, how they think, how they tick, how they're motivated, those types of things. We've definitely had a huge sample here to practice and learn and fail forward. So yeah, that's sort of what my talk sort of gives you all the learning lessons,
Sure.
the good, the bad, and the ugly of how to engage with millennials and build a productive winning
Sure.
culture around them. And so that's what I'm excited to share during my keynote. But Yeah, I mean, as soon as I got the invite, Jeff, I said, "Hey, I need to bring you on an episode of Rockerbox TV because I want to spread the word. We want to get as
Yeah,
many people as possible." So, other than that culture talk, why don't you give them a little bit
sure.
summary on some of the impactful things that they're going to
You
learn
know,
from?
the biggest reason we started the workshops is there were hundreds of agents that paid it forward and allowed me to visit their brick and mortar location. And they would essentially download as much as they could in 2 hours. And I found with every trip, I solved one problem and it created 10 more. And so I continued this religiously for 2 years, visiting all these brick and mortars. And no one ever charged me anything. They opened their doors with an abundance mindset and paid it forward. But we created our workshop formally in Omaha and started hosting them over 2 years ago with the intent to give someone 12 hours. They used to be called our 12-hour workshop, where we could download everything from lead gen, like I mentioned earlier, to lead conversion best practices, to operations, accountability, who the best direct reports are, when the best time is to exit your production, and anything and everything under the sun that we've implemented to go from 70 to over 700 deals in 6 years. So you are going to get the exact workshop you would get in Omaha that we charge $3,000 for $197. Normally, our ticket cost right now on Eventbrite is $297, but Josh was able to talk me into giving you 33% off. So if you put discount code JOSH, capital J, lowercase OSH, when you check out on Eventbrite, and Josh will include the link here below. But when you put in discount code JOSH, you're going to get $100 off your ticket. So for 197 bucks, which it's usually $29.97, you're going to get our 12-hour workshop. And we're doing it in Miami. It's a beautiful venue. We've actually found the Coral Reef Yacht Club is where we're going to host the event. You're going to have a light continental breakfast. We're going to bring in lunch catered to you. We're going to have happy hours the night before on January 15th. Josh and I will be there between 5 and 7 p.m. So we'll buy drinks, and it'll be a great time to mastermind and learn more about scaling your real estate team.
Yeah, so I'm gonna include the link here on the Facebook post, and then we'll kick out an email as well. But essentially, here's the Eventbrite page. Normal price. Can you see my screen, Jeff?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, normal price $297. I said, hey man, I want to get as many people there as possible. We love it. Obviously, the concept of a mastermind is more minds, the stronger it is, stronger it becomes. You get more perspectives and more insights. So I said, let's get as many people in the room. Can you offer a nice Christmas holiday gift? So the gift is those 4 letters, JOSH. When you go to check out, just click right here on tickets and just type in JOSH.
So,
And
Josh, I'm looking at your other screen that you have up. Go click on the weather in Miami in
oh
January.
yes. Yeah, let's take a look here. I don't know what weather is.
I mean, I know Omaha will be like mid-20s.
Let's see, January 16th. Let's see, that looks a high of 74 and a low of 61. I don't know if anybody I don't know what type of sacrifices people are willing to make to get all the way down to Miami, Florida on January 16th.
So most places you guys fly cheap. It's probably $200 to fly down there. You know, stay anywhere you want in and or around the location where we're hosting the event. I can't remember where I was staying. Otherwise, I'd share with the audience. Maybe you could mention. Do you remember, Josh? Do you remember where we're staying? I know Melissa had a place.
Gables, I don't know, but
okay.
Yeah, Southwest Airlines hint. You got to fly into Fort Lauderdale, not Miami, but you can still get there on a Southwest flight relatively cheap. I think my flight was like $75 out of Austin. So
by airfare, lodging, all in, I bet this will cost you less than $500 if you do it the right way. The information we're providing you guys is going to be invaluable. Obviously, I've taken my team to over 700 deals in a very short amount of time. If someone's watching that's an individual, you still are going to be empowered with the information necessary to build your own business, even if you never add one agent. The things we're going to talk about from a lead conversion standpoint to lead generation. I also am bringing my 2 direct reports. So my full-time operations manager, Kevin's going to be there, as well as my full-time success manager, who's our accountability coach, Andy, and we're all going to be speaking at the event that day. And then we'll be spending the whole afternoon and evening doing Q&A and engaging and, like you mentioned, masterminding. Also to be mentioned, it's a small group. So this isn't going to be a normal event that you would go to with 50, 60 people. We're guessing there's going to be about 20 to 25 people in attendance. So you'll have time to ask specific questions to yourself and allow us to help you overcome some of those challenges in your business.
Yeah, I know a lot of the feedback we got from the team building summit this summer was that it's those conversations after hours, and obviously everybody's got an invite to the happy hour, and I'm sure we'll run and go get some dinner after that. But yeah, this is always my favorite time of year. Everybody likes to go into hibernation, but for me as an entrepreneur, it's always business planning time for next year. What ventures are you going to take on? What monuments are you gonna accomplish and capture in the
One
new
of
year. So perfect time of year to
Yep.
be doing some business planning and workshopping.
One of my favorite quotes is the difference between Josh and I are the people we meet and the books that we read and the podcasts we listen to. So come and hang out with us, meet new people, meet big thinkers. We have it's going to be a great audience, great people in the room. And of course, Josh is going to be there speaking as our VIP spotlight. I will be there the entire day and my 2 direct reports. So there's a lot to be learned, and it's going to be beautiful weather. So there's really no good reason not to go.
Yep. It's a no-brainer, man. Hey, that's pretty much all we had for you today, guys. Just wanted to make you aware of this very special event, and wanted to address you with this special message today. Again, the ERS regional workshop. It's in Miami, beautiful Miami, Florida, with a high of 74 and a low of 61 in January. Not
Yep.
sure what you can compare that to. And
Josh,
the ticket's $197.
no brainer. Use discount code Josh, JOSH, to get that $100 off. Last mention, Elite Real Estate Systems focuses on regional workshops as well as Omaha workshops, as well as live group coaching, which offers 12 hours of content a month. If you want to learn more about any of our upcoming events or our coaching product or any of the other services that we provide, go out to our website, eliterealestatesystems.com.
I did have one other question for you, Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead.
What if I want to come to the event and I want to bring my, my right hand, or my someone from my admin team, or my sales director?
Yeah, I mean, it's $197 a person. The reason we did that is because of the cost of food.
Yep.
This is actually a zero base event. So even at $297, we are already zero basing. We're probably going to take a little bit of a loss off of everybody else that comes. So think of it that way if you guys do want to add people. And I do recommend you bring your direct report, because my direct reports will be there. And it's a great opportunity for your direct reports to mastermind with my direct reports.
Exactly. Yep.
Great
That's
question.
kind of what I was getting at there. So anyway, always a great opportunity to invest in your team and invest in their future success and start building your teams together. Last plug for Rockerbox. We here at Rockerbox were the premier ISA solution for following up with your internet leads. Obviously, we talk to Commissions Inc. and Boomtown and Firepoint owners every single day, and they're frustrated with speed to lead and long-term follow-up. So that is the problem that we help you solve. Get into those leads right away so you can work with only motivated buyers and sellers. So find us at Rockerbox, ROKRBOX.com.
Excellent.
Hey, thanks for your time today, Jeff, and I will see you in a few weeks in beautiful, sunny Southern Florida.
Yeah, dude. Can't wait to hit the beach together. Later, Josh. Thank you. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.